Hi folks, my name is Ben and I'm here with the same plans that Matt was showing you earlier. Right now we're going to jump in and we're going to take a look at elevations and dimensioning off of elevations. We're going to start by looking at the site plan, and then we're going to flip into one of the sections of the house and we're going to mark it up with some of the calculations that we're going to do off the site plan. But we're going to start by calculating both the average lot elevation as well as the average grade at the building. And then we're going to transfer those calculations over to the section. We're going to jump down to the table for a closer look here. All right, so we're here looking at the site plan for our project. This is a pretty common requirement for development permits and building permits by different municipalities. And here you can see our house and surveyed points at the corners of the house. Those surveyed points represent the finished grade elevation at the corners of the building. If you look further out, you can see some other surveyed points out here. Those represent the property corners and the elevation in space, I guess elevation above sea level at the property corners. And we're going to use those surveyed points to calculate both the average lot elevation and the average grade elevation at the building. This is going to help us determine how much soil we need to move around to create the lot shape, as well as how to contour the lot to ensure that the building is resting at the proper elevation. So the average lot elevation, we're going to take these two elevations up here, 3228.5, 3228 feet and 6 inches. And then down here, you've got 3423 foot 6 inches above sea level. Those average out to 34 feet 25 and 3 inches above sea level, 3425 and 3 inches above sea level. The average grade of the building is shown here, 3429 foot 6 inches at one end of the house, 3435 and 6 inches. That's what the 0.5 is, 6 inches. At the other end of the house, those average out to be 3430 and 6 inches finished grade elevation at the side of the house. So flipping over a couple of pages, we get to our cross section. And on the cross section, what we're going to see is here we have finished grade. This isn't shown on every set of plans, but it's very easy to draw in. Below the top of the foundation, we want to draw in a finished grade elevation line, and here we're going to put in that calculation that we grabbed off the first page, 3430.5. Now, from that, we can determine all of the other sort of surveyed points for the building. We can determine the elevation in space, the geodetic elevation of the bottom of the, or the top of the slab down here. We know that we can determine the top of the subfloor, which is shown here at 0 feet. That's an architectural elevation. Give us a frame of reference to go up and to go down fairly simply. So the architectural elevation is 0, but the position in space, the geodetic elevation, 3432.5, we're going to get that from over here. We've got this dimension that says the main floor is 2 feet above the ground. So if I were to transfer that over here, 2 feet up from 3430.5, go up 2 feet, 3432.5. So now we could put a survey rod on this floor system to determine its particular location in space. We would do the same at the bottom of the excavation down here when we're digging to build the foundation. We can use these dimensions here to calculate the elevation of the top of the foundation, the elevation of the top of the slab, and we can in turn use some of the dimensions on the drawing, 3 inches for the slab, 6 inches for gravel, 8 inches for the footing, and we can calculate the relative elevations for each of those items. Here you can see the elevation of the top of the main floor wall, 8 foot 1 inches above the floor, right? So 34, 30, and 5/8, so that's 7 inches, 34, 40, and 7 inches feet above sea level. So just a really easy way to go from your site plan to a section and help figure out your wall heights. We can use any of these dimensions, subtract this from this, you can get that value. It's a handy way to navigate through the drawings.